welcome to the Vibrant Life podcast, the official podcast of the Vibrant Life community. I'm Sarah Nolan, a burnout prevention and energy management consultant, and I help my clients to have the ability to become calm and centered on demand. And we do this through a process of reconnecting, reprogramming, and re-energizing with my signature program, which is Recharge. And Recharge is a stress management system and life alignment system that clears away negativity and helps you to achieve more with less effort. Excuse me. So today we are talking about all the things to reduce stress. And this is a double part series. So this is going to be a series of different strategies and techniques to reduce stress. And today we're starting a 3-part series about meditation. Now, meditation is one of the most powerful practices and habits that a person can have in their life. It's just as important as brushing your teeth, eating, sleeping, exercising, moving your body. And meditation utilizes special muscles in your nervous system that tend to be atrophied by the time somebody starts to learn meditation. Now, kids are starting to learn meditation at a lot earlier of an age. So by the time you get to be our age, it's going to be a lot easier for them. But for people like us, it's maybe not so easy. It's like doing your first push-up or doing your first pull-up. It's going to feel uncomfortable, and it's going to feel discouraging sometimes in the very beginning. But when you're consistent with it, and when you just keep going with it, then you will get there. So today I'm going to talk about when meditation is appropriate, and then we're going to talk about some tips to make your meditation successful and enjoyable. And then we'll also talk about some things to watch out for with meditation to make sure that you have a really effective and successful practice. So when meditation is appropriate is something that's really important to consider, because it can be easy to fall into this notion that meditation has so many benefits, but it is still it's still a symptom resolver, right? It still helps you to become calm and become relaxed. But it doesn't necessarily fix the big picture. It doesn't necessarily solve the problem until you are at, more of a master level of meditation and you get into deeper states. But that can take a long time, especially for somebody who has never done this, somebody who has a lot of anxiety to overcome in the beginning. It can take 10 years to get to a place where it's really getting into the deeper level stuff and fixing the bigger problems. So I have a shortcut to be able to do that to offer you. But now if you're just getting started out with meditation, or say you've been doing it for a couple of years, then, you're going to want to also have a method to do the inner work and prevent the reason that you have been so stressed out in the first place. If you experience stress for extended periods of time, like say you can't fall asleep at night, you cannot turn off your brain, and this is something that happens on a daily basis, there is a deeply rooted cause to that stress. And it's not because of a lack of meditation now, it's because a lack of processing emotions back when you were a child and experienced, various mental and emotional traumas. So all of those things have stacked up and have created a state of stress for you today. And that's why you become triggered. That's why it's so hard to turn off your mind. That's why, it's so hard to focus and relax when you're trying to meditate. So, meditation, again, is great for relaxing the body and relaxing your mind, especially if you are already able to come to that relaxation. I started meditating when I was 8 years old. I picked up this book from a library that was about developing your mental power, and I found a guided meditation in it. And I did that guided meditation, and I actually manifested what my mom was going to wear the next day with that guided meditation, which was really cool. So that was some good positive reinforcement to continue it. And I, throughout my lifetime, have come back to it as a practice to help me overcome like major stressful times. And, it helped me when I had a lot of problems as a teenager. It helped me when I was, in my pregnancy and baby years, when I had babies. But I started to notice a pattern because at a certain point when I was way burnt out as a new mom, I started meditating about an hour a day. And I noticed that I felt a lot better meditating that hour a day. But I noticed that I still felt that sense of like underlying anxiety and fear. And once I was done with the meditation, within a half an hour to an hour, it's like I would revert right back to where I was. So it wasn't really fixing the big problem. And so when I found energy work, I found that I could achieve in just 1 to 5 minutes of energy work what I would achieve in 20 minutes of meditation. And 20 minutes of energy work would equal about an hour of meditation. So I found that energy work was and is a whole lot more effective at fixing the big picture and releasing stress than meditation. And it takes a lot. You don't need as much of it. And so the biggest difference between energy work and meditation is that energy work actually releases things. And there is a little bit of release with meditation if you're able to get to the right levels, to the right states when you're in meditation. But it takes a lot of practice to get to that. And there's no way of knowing, like, am I in the right state? Or there are some ways of knowing that. But for the average person, it's like, how effective is this actually? It's so subjective to variables. But with energy work, it works 100% of the time. And you always get some kind of a release and some kind of a release that causes you to make progress in your life. And when you do it regularly and consistently, you just make this consistent stacking progress with every aspect of your life. So meditation, again, is such a powerful habit to have and a powerful practice to have in your daily routine. But it should also be accompanied by, a method of doing the inner work to get to the bottom of, like, why are you so stressed in the first place? Otherwise, you're going to be constantly battling the stress. You're constantly going to be battling the anxiety and all of the mindset stuff that comes up. So when meditation is appropriate is when you also have something to help you with the foundations and something to help you to release that deeply embedded stuff that has been stacking up and creating this massive stress response. So hope that was helpful for you today. Please feel free to comment with any questions you have or any insights or ideas. What is your biggest takeaway from our video, from our podcast episode today? Let me know that. And also, tomorrow we're going to be talking about getting clear. Oh, sorry, I read the wrong thing. We're going to be talking about tips and getting clear. All right, I'm not going to tell you what the tips are because that's what we're going to do tomorrow. Oh my gosh, you guys. It's so funny. This was the third time I've recorded this live because all these tech issues. So this is, anyway, I think you've got it. All right. So thank you so much for joining me live today, joining the replay, listening on YouTube, listening on the website, on the podcast, wherever you're tuning in today. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. I know that's one of your most valuable assets. And if you'd like to explore more about meditation in your specific situation, then just let me know and I'd be happy to have a conversation about that with you. All right. Talk to you next time.